What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So, Mariah Huq, who was the creator of Married to Medicine, sat down with Carlos King, who came to her new studio called Sleek, and she gave him the tour. And baby, it is gorgeous. Okay, you can tell that Mariah is a builder. She is a creator to her heart. She has a whole green room that she created from a closet. She has a glam room. She has, a beautiful ring light for creators to come and they can pay either a monthly fee to use the space to create content or, just come up with ideas, brainstorm, innovate, or they can rent it weekly. And her husband, if you guys remember, he's a doctor, and he asked her for her birthday, did she want a trip or did she want him to buy her another bag? And Mariah, being the mastermind that she is, she's like, no, I want a building, right? She told Carlos, I want to build the block. And I know that's right, okay? Real estate, assets, okay? Those things that appreciate in value, right? Versus the bags, which depreciate. Now, I won't say trips. Trips and making memories are something that is priceless. But Mariah said that she's focusing on building a legacy for her children, right? Creating generational wealth. So I am here for it. And, speaking of building, she was discussing how she, came up with the concept for Married to Medicine. She built the show brick by brick, right? She said that there was a bidding war between Bravo Network and TLC. And she told TLC that she wanted to do something similar on their network, Doctors Wives Club, I believe she titled it. But she didn't necessarily need it to star on that because she wanted to star on the show Married to Medicine on Bravo. She said she handpicked, all of the cast members that was going to star alongside of her. But TLC, they said that if you're not over here with us, kind of front running the show, being the showrunner at that time, then we don't want it. And so she took her talent to Bravo. And I think I think that was a good decision because TLC, if you guys remember way, way back in the day, like TLC is an acronym for the Learning Channel. And it used to be like really, really boring until they started focusing on just eclectic, right? Eclectic niches and families like the Duggars and Sister Wives and My Strange Addiction and My 600-Pound Life, things like that. You know what I mean? Like that are really, they're outliers. And Married to Medicine, I would say, it's not an outlier, but Mariah said that she wanted the show to focus on, women who were affluent and, if they're not married to medicine or if they're not doctors themselves, they were married to their husbands or married to their business or their practice. And so she said that she really wanted to kind of fill that gap and that void that was on TV because we hadn't seen it in so long. I think since maybe like, the Cosby Show. And unfortunately, Bill Cosby, he tarnished that legacy, but the concept, right, was really radical for its time. And so I was glad to see her bring that back because that was a scripted show versus Married to Medicine being a reality show. But Mariah she is she is a great creator and builder. And she clocked Carlos because he said that he loved all the girls. She's like, you love all the girls. He said that he was going to give her flowers, and she's like, what kind of flowers? Carnations. Like she gagged him through this whole interview. But she's like, you give all the girls their flowers, right? But Carlos can definitely hold his own, and so he was trying his best tell Mariah how much he appreciated her and how he was impressed, and he's not easily impressed. But that space that she built was impressive. The studio, she said it took about 4 years, and they had some, kind of curves dealing with COVID, but she came back and she built it from scratch similarly, and she made that comparison, that analogy to the show on Bravo, Married to Medicine. And she said that she was really hurt when the cast essentially, forced her out. And he said, well, the girls were saying that you were calling it Married to Mariah. And she's like, yeah, that's true. I feel like Mariah, looking back on it, similarly to Quad, because he asked her about Quad and was that her karma after how she did Mariah so dirty, getting her off the show. She said, well, I don't really know if that's necessarily her karma, but she didn't like the way that the girls flew her out to Napa Valley into the vineyard in California and then basically kind of voted her off the island. She's like, they should never put that much power into the colleagues and the fellow cast members. That should be a producer decision. She's still the EP and the creator of the show. She still has that credit at that rolls at the end of every show, as she should, right? She's the innovator. Okay, as Mariah would say, yes, the receipts. And Carlos, of course, being nosy, he's like, oh, okay, well, how much do you get after every episode or whatever? And she's like, that's a whole lot of questions. It's a cute coin. Okay. I know that's right, Mariah. Like, after, being so open and transparent, I feel like she's learned from that to kind of keep some things close to her chest, because unfortunately, she found out that some people will use your weaknesses against you. And she said that Quad was saying, the Dr. Simone was asking, will I get fired if I talk to Mariah? She said that really hurt her. And, that she believed Quad 100% because Dr. Simone was also the one who basically stabbed her in the back. And Dr. Simone really hurt her, saying that, the producers want me to put a nail in your coffin, but I don't know if I can do that. I'm going to let you guys hear just a little snippet of what Carlos and Mariah said, just really quickly in their own words, in regards to how Dr. Simone basically stabbed him in the back.
Listen, I believe Quad when Simone allegedly said to her, I can't go against you because I don't want to make...
She said that. No, I know. No, she absolutely... Quad is not lying, because she's the person that said to me, they want me to put the nail in your coffin.
Simone
is deep. Yeah. She's the person that said to me, they want me to put the nail in your coffin, but I'm not sure if I can do it.
So I'm a blogger, but Simone's a backstabber, allegedly.
That's the person, everybody keeps saying Quad. The person I had more, Quad was my best friend. Never was jealous of her, thought the world of her, honestly. But Simone delivered my babies, delivered my sister babies, delivered my cousin's babies. My aunt was her nanny. That's who I had allegiance to. Yeah, she brought life in the world in my family. That's who my allegiance was always to, Miss Simone. Oh, fence riding Simone.
Wow. Fence riding Simone. You can tell that she's really hurt, which, she has a right to be, right? Simone basically was, so close to her, bringing her children into the world, right? They always have that bond. Bringing her sister's children, right? Her nieces and nephews into the world. Her nanny being close to Simone. I mean, just to have that trust, build that friendship over those years, and to be stabbed in the back, basically saying, well, the producer said that I should put the nail in your coffin. Like, that's soul crushing, especially since this is Mariah's other baby, right? Her business, her innovation, come to life. But, and then of course, Carlos. So I'm a blogger. If you guys remember, Dr. Simone called Carlos a blogger, which is, and of course he went in on his channel saying, I don't mind you calling me a blogger, Simone, but nobody is checking for you, not even Cecil, because your storyline is boring. He's like, I love you and I love the kids, but nobody is checking for you moving your sons into a condo for a storyline on a reality show, which is true because Carlos, in addition to him, building up his YouTube channel, he is an EP, right? A creator of the whole Love and Marriage Huntsville, DC, and Detroit franchises, right? So, and he started on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but he does a lot more than blogging. She's so shady. I didn't realize how shady that Simone was, and I could tell again how hurt Mariah was, or still is. You can hear it in her voice, but also they ended the interview with Carlos saying, I heard that the biggest villain on the show is Dr. Jackie. And Mariah's like, oh, absolutely. And that's where it ended. And as we found out with Dr. Jackie basically blasting Black women on Heavenly's YouTube channel, and her getting dragged for filth on the social media streets after meeting with Vice President Kamala Harris. And I know that the timeline, was edited for the show, but it just wasn't a good look. So that's where part one left off. I'm looking forward to part two. I want to hear from you guys, though. What do you think about what Mariah said about Simone, about Dr. Jackie being the villain, about her journey in her creator space? So drop it down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will talk with you later. Take care, Aces. Have a good one. Bye.